A mother and a father running into a police station, panic in their eyes, tears streaming down their faces. Sir, my son is missing. Please, somehow find him. They beg, desperate, broken, but the police not even looked at them. Go home, he'll come back. They always do. And just like that, the pain is ignored. The parents does not leave. They sit outside the station, holding a photo of their son, waiting, hoping. Days later, they see something that breaks them completely. A pit being dug by the police. The moment they look inside, they collapse, crying because by then it was already too late. This case is not just about a killer, it's about negligence, carelessness, and how many lives were lost because of it. Today, we are looking at a serial killer who brutally murdered innocent children in Noida. If you like this type of content, do subscribe. Nidari is a small village in Sector 31 Noida. At a time when big buildings were rising all around it, this village remained poor. Families struggled to survive. Most parents worked as a daily wage laborers. They would leave early in the morning and return late, and their children left alone, playing in the streets, unsupervised, just like we have all seen countless times. January 14, 2004, a 5-year-old girl steps out of her house just to go to a nearby shop. A normal day, a simple errand, but she never comes back. A mother waits as daylight fades. Fear takes over, not knowing what to do. She runs to the police station, but the police don't take it seriously. Go home, your daughter will come back. They take a complaint, but not even file an FIR. No urgency, no action, nothing. From 2004 to 2005, children keep disappearing one after another. Nearly 7 children vanished from that small village. Every single day, parents were standing outside the police station, holding photos of their children, tears in their eyes, begging for help. But the police ignored them because all the victims belonged to poor families. No proper investigation, not even a basic effort. But there was one thing no one could ignore. Every single missing child was last seen near the same house, House D5. Inside that house, only 2 people live. Moninder Singh Pandir, a busy businessman, rarely at home, and Surinder Kohli, a domestic worker, always there when Pandir was not around. The entire house was under Kohli's control. Pandir was divorced. While he stayed at house D5, he would regularly call a woman named Payal, a sex worker. To visit him, he paid her 25,000 per month. It was not a one-time thing, it was a routine. Neighbors later revealed between 9 p.m. and sometimes as late as 3 a.m. different women were seen entering that house and leaving again and again. Inside that house, Surinder Kohli, quite invisible but always watching. He saw everything that Pandir spending time with those women night after night. May 6, 2006, Payal tells her father, I'm going to Moninder's house. He already knows her work, so he lets her go. But that night, she never returns. Her father waits all night. The next morning, he goes to house D5. On that time, Pandir was in his home. He asked Pandir, where is my daughter? Pandir replies, I don't know her. A clear lie. The father goes to the police, but he hesitates because he knows his daughter might just become another name in the list of missing people. Still, he gathers courage, files a complaint, and just like before, the police respond. She must have run away with someone. Go home. At the same time, a group of kids are playing cricket. Their balls rolls into a bush. They go to retrieve it, but when they look inside, they freeze. A human hand inside a plastic cover. They panic, run, inform adults, and they inform police too. Police arrive, look at it and said, it's probably just a dead animal, and throw it away. That movement could have stopped everything, but it did not. Payal's father does not give up. He keeps fighting for months, takes the case higher, all the way to senior authorities. Finally, for the first time, an FIR is registered in Nidari. Payal went missing in May 2006. FIR filed in October 2006. 5 months been passed, and in those 5 months, more children disappeared. Now, a proper investigation starts, led by an officer, Vinod Pandey, trying to find any lead. They discover something important. Payal's father had called on many times, but every time the same response.
The number you are calling is currently switched off.
Police realize Payal had a phone. They track it using the IMEI number, a unique number for every phone. It can reveal location even without a SIM and even stolen devices. As the phone is being tracked, the investigation finally begins to move forward. What they were about to discover would shock even the investigators. While the police were tracking Payal's phone, they contacted Moninder Singh Pandit. Where are you? We need to ask you about Payal. Pandit responds calmly. I don't know anyone named Payal, and I'm not in Noida. I'm in Chandigarh. My father passed away. Police trace his phone and confirm it. He really was in Chandigarh, but still, something did not feel right. That suspicion did not go away. Police started to call Pandit again and again. Under constant questioning, Pandit changes his statement. I know Payal. She used to visit me, but that day I did not see her. I was out of town. No solid evidence, no arrest, but the doubt remains. In the meantime, Payal's phone is traced and it leads to a rickshaw driver. Police question him. I bought this phone recently. I have not even used it yet. But when police check the phone, there is already a SIM inside. They pull it out, trace it, and the name that comes up changes everything. It is in the name of Surinder Kohli. Police move in immediately. They arrest Kohli, not for murder, but for theft, because that's the only evidence they have. But once he is in custody, the interrogation begins. For nearly 60 days, police question him again and again. For nearly 60 days. But Kohli says only one thing. I did not do anything. No matter how many times they ask, he refuses. Then one day, everything changes. Kohli finally speaks. I'll tell you what I did, and what he says next shocks everyone. He had been watching for a long time, watching his boss, Moninder Singh Pandit, bringing women into the house, spending time with them, and slowly a desire grew inside him. He wanted the same. One day, when Pandit was away, Kohli had full control of the house. So he calls Payal, asks her to come home. She arrives, thinking it's just another visit, but inside things are different. Kohli tries to get close to her. She refuses, and in that moment, something snaps. In anger, he attacks her, strangles her, using her own scarf right there inside the house. What happened next was disturbing. He moved the body to the bathroom upstairs and attempted to destroy the evidence, cutting into pieces, disposing parts in the drain, and burying the rest behind the house. But it did not stop there. After that, he began watching the streets, looking for children, waiting. And when he saw them, he would call them, come inside, I have chocolates. They trusted him and followed. Once inside, they never came out. One by one, he repeated the same act, luring them in, killing them, disposing their bodies again and again. He admits to killing 19 people, among them 19 young girls, 2 boys, and several women. Even the police were shaken because the way he described it was cold, emotionless, as if it is mean nothing. But a confession is not enough. Police need proof, so they search the house and then they dig the area behind it. What they find is beyond horrifying. 19 skulls buried, hidden, some of them very small, and yeah, they were children. and the bones mixed together, unidentifiable. At that moment, this was no longer just a case. It became one of the most shocking crimes in India, and soon the case would be handed over to Central Bureau of Investigation, which is same like FBI. January 9, 2007, the case is handed over to the Central Bureau of Investigation, and immediately serious allegations emerge. According to the CBI, Moninder Singh Pandir had been paying bribes to the police, but not to hide murders. Instead, to make sure his activities with women never become a legal problem. The case moves to court, and it does not end quickly. Years pass. In India, each murder is treated as a separate case, and based on that, Surinder Kohli receives multiple death and multiple life sentences. Between 2010 and 2011, he is convicted in around 16 murder cases. And Pandir is convicted in one case and given life imprisonment. But in 2014, this case takes a turn. An appeal is filed in the Allahabad High Court. The court re-examines the cases and questions began to rise. Kohli was in police custody for nearly 60 days before his conviction. Was it forced? Was he pressured? Was he mentally unstable? Then comes the biggest problem. The evidence, forensic proof was weak. The investigation was not deep enough. Out of 16 cases, most are dismissed. Only one remains, and for that, he got a death sentence. At the same time, due to lack of evidence and no eyewitness, Pandir is released from prison from 2015 to 2017. Appeals reached the Supreme Court of India. The court temporarily stays Kohli's death sentence, and over the years, the case is reviewed again. But one thing becomes clear: there is no solid DNA proof. The skulls and bones found were mixed. No proper matching, no clear identification, no direct link. November 11, 2025, the final judgment arrives. The court states no strong forensic evidence, no eyewitness, no CCTV, no DNA match, and a confession that may have been forced. Because of all this, Surinder Kohli is released after 19 years in prison. For the families, this was their last hope. The court, their final chance for justice. In the end, even that was taken away. 19 skulls were found behind house D5. But people still ask, did Pandir really know nothing? How could something like this happen inside his own house without his involvement? Even today, many questions remain unanswered. And maybe the most disturbing truth is this: not every case gets justice. What do you think really happened? Let me know in the comments.